Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the very first full episode of the Ohio Dirt Track Podcast. My name is Clint.
And I am Jacob Haudenschild, not to be confused with Jacob North.
We're coming to you from the middle of Ohio. We've chose to record this from 45 miles away from each other so that we can get this content out to you as quick as we can. In this first episode, we're very excited to bring to you our very first interview. But first, we want to talk to you a little bit about what's going on and let you know what sort of racing is going to be going on in Ohio over the next 10 to 14 days. And Jacob, I'll let you take it away with that.
All right, folks. So typically the Memorial Day weekend in Ohio is a really big weekend in terms of sprint car racing, and this year is no different. We have 4 days of racing, starting Friday night with the Ollie's Bargain Outlet All-Star Circuit Champions at Attica Raceway Park. Also, we have the NRA 360 Sprint Invaders at Lima Land on Friday the 24th. On Saturday the 25th, we have the All-Stars at the Wayne County Speedway. Also on the 25th, the new Fast Series heads up to the Fremont Speedway in an event that is $10 general admission, $20 if you want to camp overnight. Is the first half of the Fremont doubleheader this weekend. Also on the 25th, the NRA 360 Sprint Invaders head over to the Montpelier Speedway over in Indiana. And on Sunday the 26th, after a 3.5-year hiatus, the All-Stars make their return to Fremont Speedway. This should be a really good show, a lot of fans, and like I said earlier, it'll be the second leg of the Fremont doubleheader. It should be a really good show, lots of cars. Also on Sunday the 26th, we have the Fast Series traveling up to I-96 Speedway in Michigan. And rounding out the action on the 26th, the NRA 360 Sprint Invaders head to the El Toro Speedway. Monday, Memorial Day 27th, we have the World of Outlaws at the Lawrenceburg Speedway down near Cincinnati in southern Indiana. There are also, for you non-sprint car racing fans that are looking for more of a more unique event, we have the 24 Hours of Atomic starting Friday night down in Chillicothe. Essentially, it is a 24-hour enduro race. They have a lot of drivers signed up, and they're going to start their engines on the 24th, and whoever's leading come the same time on the 25th wins the first ever 24 Hours of Atomic. It is also worth noting that there are just a couple of races over in the Indianapolis area this weekend. Currently, the final Hoosier 100 is on track right now as we record. Saw the crash video from Chris Windham taking a nasty tumble, biggest Silver Crown crash I've seen. Thankfully, he was okay. We also have the Carb Night Classic on tap for the Silver Crown cars. There is the Little 500 on tap as well. Probably the biggest pavement sprint car race right now. Lots of cars signed up for that. They had their qualifying today. And then there's just this little small race going on Sunday called the Indianapolis 500. Brian Clausen family, BC, has a team running. They have Pippaman in their Indy car for this. And then the Kokomo Speedway is also running Sunday, part of BC's Indiana Double, when he famously ran the Indianapolis 500 and then got up to Kokomo for a nominating race and won. So if you're in Indiana, there's lots of sprint car racing. If you're in Ohio, there's lots of sprint car racing. There's just lots of sprint car racing everywhere you go this weekend. So if you're out in any of these areas, make sure you go out and check out one of your races.
This is definitely a huge part of the year here in Ohio, as it runs almost seamlessly. It's hard to go 2 or 3 days without being able to go to a dirt track and see some fantastic racing. After this weekend, we're going to lead into the Sprint Car World Championship in Mansfield at Mansfield Motor Speedway on May 30th, 31st, and the 1st. Currently, a little over 45 or 46 drivers registered for that. We're waiting on the most updated list to come out, and very excited to get ready for that event next weekend.
And then we also can't forget, it seems kind of far off, but it's also just right around the corner. Just a couple weeks after the Sprint Car World Championship, we have the start of Ohio Sprint Speed Week. 9 races, 9 nights, you know the drill. 9 straight nights of just absolutely great racing with the All-Stars all around Ohio. So if you're in the area, definitely check out any of these races. You won't be disappointed.
So that's what you have going on here for the next month. And We are very excited to bring to you our first driver interview in episode 1.
He started racing in 1974. He got his first win at Lakeville in 1975. He was the King's Royal winner in 1987, 1994, and 1998. He won the historical Big One in 1993. He has 2 Grand Annual Sprint Car Classic winners over in Australia in 1981 and 1982. He won the famous Mopar Million in 2003. He has 3 Gold Cup wins, 1998, 1999, and 2008. He holds 31 All-Star Circuit Champion wins. He is 11th all-time on the World of Outlaw win list with 72, and he was inducted into the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame in 2009.
So here you go, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, the legendary Wild Child, Jac Haudenschild. All right, we're here with Jac Haudenschild on the phone, Clint and Jacob. Jac, we really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today.
Yeah, good to be here.
We're going to kick it off with a couple of questions here. We know you're getting ready for Wayne County with the All-Stars this weekend, and then the Sprint Car World Championship coming up in Mansfield next Saturday. Do you have any other races coming up this weekend that you're planning on, or just those 2 over the next week?
Yeah, we'll probably just do the All-Star races this weekend, see how they go, and maybe do Lawrenceburg Monday if everything goes good. So, yeah, just getting everything ready to go.
So, Jack, going back to Attica last week, you were battling with the veteran Joey Saldana and the young gun Buddy Kofoid. What was that like? You know, both you and Joey are veterans of the sport. You probably had a lot of battles. Was it almost nostalgic having another battle with Joey at Attica?
Yeah, it was pretty neat. You know, me and Joey, we run together quite a few years, a long time, and had some good races. And yeah, definitely enjoyed racing with him again. That was you know, Attica's a lot of fun, and definitely had a good battle.
Was it also fun racing with the young Buddy Kofoid who just turned 17 out of California? He maybe only has about 5 starts at Attica.
Yeah, definitely. Get another young guy that really runs good. You know, he's looking good, and he was definitely going good there. He had a little trouble there at the end. Something happened, and got back going. But definitely going to hear a lot about him too.
I think so too.
So, Jac, I think you started racing in '74. Is that right?
Yeah, '74. I drove for my dad, and my dad and me and my brother had a car, so my dad had us race cars for quite a few years, me and my brother.
Did you start in Wayne County, or where were your first memories of racing?
Yeah, I actually started at Lakeville Speedway, Lakeville, Ohio, and Wayne County, and Mansfield. Even back in the day, we used to run Mansfield, and them were the main tracks, the main 3 tracks we raced on.
Awesome. There's definitely a lot of history here in mid-Ohio. I moved here 9 years ago from Atlanta, and it's being a sprint car fan with not a lot of sprint cars in Atlanta. It's been amazing to be able to go to everything that I've been to over the last 9 years.
Yeah, it's pretty good around here. I mean, right here in Ohio and around this area, there's just so many good tracks around here, and you can once it gets started, you can race about anywhere around here anytime. So it's a nice area to be from.
So, Jac, out of all of your wins, you know, you've won 3 Kings Royals, the historical Big One, a couple Grand Annual Sprint Car Classics, the Mopar Million, Gold Cups. Out of all of your wins, which one is your favorite or most memorable?
Yeah, I just, Eldor's always been my pretty much favorite track to run. You know, I really don't have tracks that I don't like that much. You know, if I don't run good, I like to keep going back till I figure them out. So, Eldor is definitely my favorite, and I like Knoxville. I like the big half miles, and I like the bull rings too. So it don't really matter to me.
Let's say, so do you have like a favorite or most memorable win, or?
No, probably King's Royals are some of my favorite wins. Mopar May definitely was a good one. I'll never forget that one. So, right. I got a lot of good memories, Eldor memories.
Eldor seems to be a favorite for all the Haudenschields.
Yep.
So I think you said you were racing Mansfield back in the 70s. Seeing the evolution or the transformation of that track over that 45, 50-year span, how are you feeling about it now? This will be the third season, I think, that you'll be back on dirt there. What are your thoughts about the Mansfield track at this point?
Oh, I like it. They got a little surface work to do to it, yeah, but once they get that, they put the dirt on top of the asphalt or whatever, but, Mansfield's got a nice shape to it. The facilities are one of the best in the country as far as the facilities go, but, the track's shaped nice, and once they get the dirt, the rocks worked out of it a little bit, that's definitely a nice track.
I was out there last Thursday, and they were definitely bringing the dirt in. So Jacob was telling me that it's it's screened, and so we'll have a new racing surface for 2019.
Oh, that'll be great. That'll be great. Definitely. I didn't know they brought more dirt in, but that's a nice racetrack. So I hope they get the surface good, because that place will have some good races.
So you mentioned the big half miles of Eldora, Knoxville that you like. You mentioned the D shape, Mansfield that you like, and you also you said you like the little bull rings. So what are those favorite characteristics of a track that you look for?
Well, me myself, I like the more bank tracks and the flatter tracks. I like the banks. Everybody likes it when it's gets the perfect conditions where you can run the top and slide across the track, and the bottom and the top are pretty equal, and when the track just comes in the right way where it's good racing all the way through.
Are there any tracks that you wish were still around that you really enjoyed racing at?
Oh yeah, there's tracks. Manzanita was one of my favorite tracks. I always like to go to year after year, and it's not there anymore. There's a lot of good tracks. Bayland shut down. That was always good racing, but some of them good tracks get shut down. But I don't know. There's Ascot, a lot of them, but Manzanita was probably one of my favorites that got shut down.
So going into the Sprint Car World Championship this weekend, I know they've expanded it to 3 nights. How do you feel about running a 3-night show? What kind of advantage does that give you to a track, or is there disadvantage to it? And are there other events that you could think of that would compare to?
Yeah, I don't mind the 3. 3 nights on the same track are kind of nice. You get to figure out track a little more, and figure out what you got to do to your car more to get fast on it, and but same for everybody. So I think a lot of guys I wish they did do that more. Stayed at the same racetrack for 2 or 3 nights instead of jumping around just one weekend, run 3 nights, and go somewhere else and run 3. But that's hard for them to do.
So talk about your Sprint Car World Championship last year. How did it go? How do you think it's going to go this year?
Yeah, I think we'll be all right. I got Ron Jacobs as one of my sponsors, and doing real good. And I got Finzer Farms helping us this year in performance footwear. So I got good help this year. Triple X helps us. Fast Sign. So I got guys that help me out to keep it going. Our team, and you couldn't do it without a little bit of help. You can't hardly get one of these up and down the road. But I'm looking forward to this year. I think we'll do all right.
Mm-hmm. You definitely showed some speed earlier this year locally, so you'll definitely be a name to watch.
Yeah. So I think we're going to be good this year. So we're just got to keep on top of it, and keep our motors in good shape.
I think I noticed last year at maybe during Speed Week at Wayne that it might have been just you and one other person helping you out. Is it typically just you and one other person on the road when you get out there, or how many?
Usually we got 2 guys. Got Zach Ames working on the car. This year he's doing a good job, and we're just we usually got two guys helping on the car, and it's kind of hard to do it. You got to have good help. You need at least two guys.
So sticking with the Mansfield topic, what do you think the future holds for sprint car racing in Mansfield?
Oh, I think it's looking really good. Like I said, we need tracks like Mansfield that's got